Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This week we got another double episode of Legend of Korra, episodes 6 and 7. The first one was the conclusion of the Beifong metal-bending clan story, and the second episode was the beginning of a new Airbender arc up at the Northern Temple. Who almost threw up in their mouths when we learned the final fate of the Earth King's bear, Bosco. I'm not a PETA member or anything like that, but something about Sky Bison jackets makes me so angry. Hello any new people, if you're finding me for the first time, I do weekly Korra videos, be sure to subscribe to get everything. I'm even doing a special Comic-Con giveaway that I'll explain at the end of this video. So since this covers 2 videos, I'm going to do top 10 WTF moments and then I'll do my review. Careful for spoilers from the episode if you haven't seen it yet. I'll wait just a second. Okay, ready? Here we go. Number 10, Beifong Acupuncture. This was the climax of the Beifong v Beifong episode. I was fairly satisfied with the way they explained Lin's hatred of Suyin, even if they did skip a lot of things, like Toph mysteriously retiring and Lin just never agreeing to see her again. It sounds like Toph was pretty active in everyone's lives up to the events of Legend of Korra. She was around while Opal was growing up, so I know a lot of you are still confused, but she isn't dead. Toph is just listed as whereabouts unknown. There is no promise that she's going to be back this year, but it's possible that they could bring her back in the comics. But number 9, Bolin versus metal bending. It was awesome to see Korra pick it up so fast. I don't know that I believe she's the first avatar to ever metal bend. It's possible, but does Suyin really know the complete history of the avatar lineage? I don't think so. Based on the language that Suyin was using, I feel like the show is teasing us that he is going to learn how to do it by the end of this season. The show is moving pretty fast, so I actually wouldn't be surprised if it happened in the next 1 or 2 episodes. His path to metal bending and overcoming his self-doubt is just like Opal, so I think they're both going to achieve their bending goals at the same time. It would totally be awesome to see them do some sort of like metal-air combo move during a battle, like classic Fire Ferrets combo. Moving on to number 8, brand new Beifong. It took me a minute to get used to the new Lin. Beifong Kale Smoothie did kind of make me hungry. She's not super hippy-dippy or anything now, she's just mellowed out. She used to remind me of early Toph, just punching her problems away. But now she's acting like a real adult. I think the thing that really threw me off was that smile when she stepped out of her room. Did anyone else get a Judy vibe from Last Airbender? Like she was almost too pleasant. Something was up. I actually don't think anything funky's going on though. I think she just took her grumpy pants off. But number 7, Lin versus Suyin, Battle Royale. I like that they gave this match the same emotional weight and brutality you'd see with Aang and Firelord Ozai, or Azula and Zuko. No one was pulling any punches. But, I mean, if they really wanted to hurt each other, they'd probably be exclusively metal bending. The kind of blunt force trauma you do with those big rocks is really hard to do sneak attacks with, so if they were going to try and be like really unpredictable, they would be using like metal cables or projectiles. It was like a good old-fashioned street brawl, like you'd see in a classic Western movie, which is kind of funny because Bumi's Airbender posse felt like it was straight out of a John Wayne movie. I do think it was really cool that they let Opal be the voice of reason and stop their fight. Airbending is all about peace and tranquility, so of course the best mediators are going to be airbenders. I did see a really interesting Opal theory that you guys were putting out in some of my videos last week, that Opal is secretly the daughter of Lin Beifong. I don't think that's the case, but I think going forward, Auntie Lin is going to be a much bigger part of the Beifong family. But number 6, Bumi tells Tenzin to go all full metal jacket on the recruits. I love listening to J.K. Simmons do his best R. Lee Ermey impression, when it's actually Milo that's the crazy drill sergeant. Even though the episode was all airbenders, it did feel like Tenzin was the least important person. It felt like the episode was really about the airbenders coming together as a group. There was this one thing he said though that struck me as possibly really important for the future. At the beginning of the obstacle course, he said, "The key is to maintain your heaven and earth connection." Because the Guru Lahima pendant got a name drop early in the episode, I just feel like they're trying to tee up some sort of Team Zahir plot. Like they're trying to learn some special Zen technique of Lahima's. But number 5, Airbender Ninja Warrior Obstacle Course. This was just too much fun. I don't watch American Ninja Warrior a lot, but just the idea of an obstacle course sounds awesome. And Milo with the watermelon gun and that evil, evil smile. I totally have to have a watermelon gun at my next party now. I'm way too old for summer camp now, but did any of you ever do an obstacle course at summer camp? I never had to do one as crazy as the Airbender one, but there were these monkey bars that hung over a pool we had to get across. That was pretty crazy. But this is really all just teeing up the Jinora story. Onto number 4, Jinora wants her tattoos. Her argument to Kai was that she has attained mastery over airbending and the subform, as well as having a deep connection to the spirits, but without the tattoos, you're just a pretender. I read somewhere that in Russian prisons, traditionally, having tattoos is like a really big deal. It's like it tells your life story. So the more tattoos you have, it means the more things that you've done. So if you ran into someone with no tattoos, it means they're nobody. Like they're less than nothing just because they have no life story. Thematically, there are a lot of cultures that use markings like tattoos as a way to denote mastery or maturity. And even though I think that Jinora will be a full master by the end of this season, I don't think she's going to get her tattoos yet. Avatar Yang Chen is the most notable female airbender master that I can think of. That's pretty much what a grown-up Jinora would look like. They don't completely shave their heads like the men, but I wouldn't be surprised if by book 4 we saw like a more grown-up Jinora with a shaved head. But number 3, Team Zahir uses the chakras to find Korra. Lava bending escape for the win. I love how Zahir used Guru Pathik's chakra technique of going into that astral state of meditation, where you can sense the energy of other beings. He clearly has done his homework. So I think there are a couple likely outcomes that he's looking to achieve. Either he's trying to just straight up bring back Guru Lahima somehow, or energy bend himself into Korra's body, or achieve some secret technique of Lahima's that we haven't seen yet. Either way, it definitely has something to do with Guru Lahima. The 2-part finale is called Enter the Void and Venom of the Red Lotus. A name like the Void just makes me think of the astral state, whenever Aang and Korra were learning to energy bend. But right now we're only about halfway through the season, so we still don't quite know what Zahir is trying to achieve. But number 2, Baby Sky Bison Rescue. I love watching Boomy rally the other airbenders, and all those wild Sky Bison that zoomed in to rescue the others. I actually did think Jinora was going to get kidnapped for a minute. Did anyone else feel like Boomy and Boom Joom were a joke making fun of Han Solo and Chewbacca in Star Wars? Like when the other bender called Boomy on being able to speak the same language as Boom Joom, and he just waved his hand and trailed off. I feel like that totally describes Han Solo and Chewbacca's communication. I already had a feeling that the wild Sky Bison were going to be a big part of the plot. My first theory, though, was before the end of the episode, Milo would just do his crazy animal whispering trick and tame them all in like 15 minutes. Let me know if you think that he could actually do that, but it's a moot point because they're pretty much pacified, which means that we're going to have a Sky Bison tutorial episode. But my number 1 WTF moment, the Earth Queen ate her father's pet bear Bosco. This made me a little upset, or maybe a lot upset, because yes, it's supposed to be a joke, but she's just crazy enough to do something like that. And in Sky Bison veal, that's just enough to make anyone go vegan. And I only noticed it when they were kicking his ass, but the leader, the one that sounded like Long Fen, played by Clancy Brown, his voice sounded similar. I don't think it was him, but he was wearing a Sky Bison pelt. Kai's takedown was probably intended to be a Tenzin Kai moment of clarity, but I really wanted Kai to go too far and stab him with that glider stick. In defense of the episode, that would be a giant left turn for airbender philosophy, but it would have looked really cool. Kai is a really proficient bender, so I'm wondering if he's going to learn Jinora's spirit bending technique by the end of the season. But now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below. What was your biggest WTF moment? And do you really think that the Earth Queen ate Bosco? I think she's just crazy enough to do it, given all the other exotic animals that she eats. Overall, I gave episode 6 a B+, and episode 7 an A-. I just thought that the Airbender episode moved the real plot forward in a much better way. The Guru Lahima story along with Team Zahir, they were like the connective tissue between the episodes, and even though the episodes were from like separate 2-parters, I didn't feel too disconnected. I cannot wait to see Bolin metal bend. I feel like he deserves it. He and Boomy are totally waving the Korra class clown flag, but I feel like both of them get some really good hero moments. I feel like we should try to make Bolin clenching a hashtag though, seriously. Boomy's speech was probably one of the better Korra speeches that I've heard this season, and then to pay off the family of Aang bit with him feeling like part of the family finally in the Air Nation was just really important. I feel like that was a really good moment. I'm really interested to see if he ever shaves his head, because that would really be like the next step in his commitment. It's like, if you really intend to be part of the Air Nation, you would shave your head. Speaking of bald, a lot of people are actually commenting on the similarities between Kai and Aang. I do think they share a lot of DNA on a character level, but I don't think that Kai's backstory is going to overlap with the avatars that much. It might overlap with Team Zahir's a little bit. Sometimes details like that just get dropped though, so if it turns out to be nothing, I'm not going to be super disappointed. It is possible that Team Zahir has some sort of familial connection with the main characters. I know everyone really wanted Zahir and Pylit to be related to Mako and Bolin, but go ahead and just let me know what your craziest Team Zahir theories are. So here's the details on my Comic-Con giveaway too. If you didn't see earlier, I'm giving away a Pabu plush doll. This is in addition to the regular giveaway, so all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment. I will be at Comic-Con, so I'll be uploading the Korra panel. That's going to be next Friday. There are going to be 2 new episodes next Friday, so because it's going to be so crazy for me that weekend, I'll try to get that video out as soon as possible, but it might be Saturday morning before that happens. So in the meantime, click here to learn all about the airbending subform, and click here to get my episode 4 and 5 video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.